Morning, boys and girls. January 30th, I believe. Oh, January 31st. So the last day of the month. So I took my Ford to Ford dealer yesterday to let them figure out the thing with the keys, and they told me that it's not a good idea to keep two keys inside the car. They say that can confuse the system. And that's what I used to do, you know. I used to carry the spare key inside my semi-truck, right? And one key, I use only one key at a time. And I remember now I used the same key all the time. And so what they found is that the battery on one of the keys was weak. And basically that's the two reasons they say it locked, because one, the battery was discharged, so they replaced the battery for free because I still have the warranty. And two, that's what they said, that don't keep the second key in the vehicle. And speaking about vehicles, some people asking about the truck. Are you dreaming about the truck? Well, I'm getting close, you know? But now, since it's been delayed, so I think I won't see it until the probably last week of February. So for now, I still did not sign the lease with the FACAR. So the truck is mine because the deposit has been made, but I'm working on the rest. And thanks to everybody on Facebook for your support. Now this one is going. Liquidation time. And I was looking at different jobs that I can do, you know, but unfortunately almost went to job fair yesterday. And there was a company here, and you know, but it's a company driver and it's full time. Like, nobody wants to hire people, you know, temporarily. Like, there was one job, but it's 100 kilometers away, 60 miles away, and it's only for 1 week, and you have to be there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then drive that truck doing deliveries till 12 midnight and then drive 60 miles back. You know, and this was paying $28 an hour Canadian. So basically 28 times 9, 5, but it's like 5 days only, you know. You know, you spend more on gas. So, and then this one that I almost went to yesterday, the job fair, they say 70 grand. 70 grand Canadian. I said, what about temporary or you know, like contract for a month? And they said, no. Okay, you see, so now I'm carrying one key like this, and this key I just gotta get rid of somehow. And I put this in here because these people sometimes, you know, they remove your stuff because they think you're gone. I said, please do not remove my stuff. I'm here till February 21st. Sergey. All right. And this is the view from my French window. Looks beautiful actually. But I think it snowed again, so I'll have to do some exercise at my car, I'm pretty sure. And I don't have any plans for today because I took care of the car. Oh, and I'm trying, we're gonna do a drive POV video just a bit later, shooting with the GoPro in 1080p, 60 frames a second. 60 frames a second. And yesterday when I was coming back from the Ford, I did this work with the keys. And they checked the ECM. I said check for updates, and they did that, and they didn't find anything because I was getting an error message, something with fuel injector, but I'm pretty sure it was caused by my tuner, you know. And I removed the tuning to the factory, you know, everything was set back to the factory when I went in there, and when I came back I saw that my tanks were at 50%, and I still wanted to try this 94 gas, you know, at Petro Canada here in Canada. They have this super clean, you know, sport version 94 gas, and some people say it's all BS. They just add a little bit of octane booster. But I never tried it, and actually it was $1.40 Canadian per liter yesterday, which is 8 cents cheaper than last time I was fueling at Shell, and I got 91 gas, and it was $1.48. You know, I think Shell is just too expensive. So I put in. So I had half of the tank of 91, and I was thinking, shall I? You know, I wanna reinstall my tuning from Hypertech, right? And until now I ran 91 in Canada, and I thought, okay, maybe I should just switch my tuning to 94 and reinstall it. But then if I get half of the tank of 94 and half is 91, so that's like 92.5, and I wasn't sure what the engine, how the engine would like it. So I went inside and asked them if they had any octane boosters, and they had one tiny little bottle for like $8. So I got that, and probably splashed 1/3 of the bottle trying to get it in the tank, but the rest is in there. So I put that in and fueled up with 94 gas, and I found a place to park, and I reinstalled my 93, like the parking, tuning, it's called 93 plus. So this way, you know, I don't have to change anything when I go into US if I go for a ride, because over there 93 gas is the best. Like where I live here, nearby US, there's no 91, it's only 87, 89, 93, you know. And so this way it's the kind of like the best of both worlds. I can use the Petro Cannon here, and I can use 93 over there, you know? So now we're gonna go for a ride. Okay, let me just see if I packed everything. So I got my keys. Okay, this one we're just gonna put it on my pants like this, and I'm not even removing it. And that's my tea kettle. Oh, I gotta clean it. Very handy. I got this electric kettle over here. These are all my teas. I like this one. Just picked up this. Is detox lemon, you know. It's herbal, and don't get you too excited like green tea, you know, if you drink a lot of it in the evening, and you'll still sleep okay, you know. By the way, you see, this is what it's good to use when you're just using your laptop on a bed, you know. I always try to find something like this, or usually I just grab one of these from the fridge, but mine is tiny, so but sometimes I just get that frame, you know, like a shelf, and this way when I put it down it does not block the vents on the laptop, and my laptop was giving me a hard time again yesterday. For some reason doesn't want to charge. Now it's the same thing. Now it if you unplug it, it shuts down, but also the battery is stuck at the battery is stuck at 10%. And it's all software, you know, it's all Windows. Because I did diagnostics and the battery was fine. So I'll have to do something about that. Okay, this is my garbage. Alright, let's go. And one thing about this hotel is that, you see what I do over there? I took a tray and I have to put it like this. If I don't, I cannot sleep when people start opening the door in the hallway, because this thing, like, it's locked, right? Now it's locked. This thing does this, you know, and it's very loud. Like when people start going for breakfast in the morning. And so this way, clever design. I should probably charge them some money for this, because they should put a note on the door saying that, you know, if you like to sleep in, use one of our handy trays to prop your door. Ladies, can I leave it here? Okay.
Yes, you can.
No, it doesn't look like it. Well, maybe snowed a little bit. Where's my car? Usually I park it here. Oh, last time I park it here and I come out in the morning, some idiot put a can of pop on the hood. And so I figured I better park together with the crowd. And just to think that 2 weeks ago, I think, 2 weeks ago I was walking around in a t-shirt and flip-flops. Okay, so yeah, see, like the key is here, right? I'm not touching the key. So it works, unlocks itself. That's what I meant by exercise. That's why we're all so fit in Canada, you know, and in Russia people are very fit. Because you gotta take care of the snow all the time. That's why I'm always thinking about moving to US, you know. These thoughts come to me usually in winter. Because the real estate is so expensive over here. Alright, let's see how it starts with 94 gas. you know, one funny thing is, yesterday I'm sitting inside the Ford dealer in the lounge, and I could pick out the sound of my car from other sounds when they drove it inside the shop, and then when they were working on it. And it sounds amazing, you know, when you're outside. I mean, if you're not into it, to you it's just noise, right? But if you're like, you know, performance and this kind of Flowmaster sound, it just sounds cool. Full tank, and it says I have 483 kilometers to empty. That's not good. It should be in warm climate. It was close to like 550, 600 kilometers. Okay, so now we're just doing a short drive. -8 Celsius. Wow, the steering wheel is super cold. Oh, you see now the locks. That sound. The doors are locked now because the car is moving, and that's why I couldn't understand why it locked when it was not moving. So that's how our buses look like. Guelph Transit. Oh, there's a guy in a truck hauling hay. Hey. As you can see, are covered with snow. Plow drivers are taking a day off, I'm thinking. You know, sometimes when I drive a car, now what's funny is that on buses they use a vertical exhaust, you know, because otherwise all this stink will go into people's cars. And they have a huge, what looks like a 5-inch pipe, like what I had on my International, and it's vertical. Well, what I was trying to say is that occasionally when I drive a car, right, because I spend so much time with in a semi-truck with a trailer, occasionally I become like aware that like I start thinking about the end of the rig, so to speak, you know, like trying to think, okay, where's my trailer, you know, where's my wheels, what are they doing? Because when you drive a semi-truck, you always, you know, have to remember, oh, and that's the Petro Canada, that's where I fueled yesterday, $1.40. So I'm gonna use these guys for now. Oh. It's okay. Everything is under control. And this is a local shopping center. The car is sliding. And usually when you don't see a lot of cars here, that's a good sign. That means that the Starbucks is not busy. And I might go for a walk, but it's too cold, you know, outside. Too cold outside, so I might just go for a walk inside, you know. Like you see those old people walk around here in malls. Usually in the morning they're like pairs, you know, 2-3 people, they walk around. Oh, that's another job. You see that guy, WM, Waste Management? It's pretty far for this little GoPro, but These guys are always looking for drivers. You know what they do, but it's a crazy job because you drive all day picking up containers with garbage. But they pay pretty good money. I think they're a trade union, you know. That's another job, beer store. And they use Freightliners. Freightliners, there's a beer store somewhere. Somewhere around here. I forgot where. And over here we have Sears, Sport Check, Marshalls, Indigo, Old Navy, Forever 21, Shoppers Drug Mart, Fit for Less, and Scotiabank Express. Alright, let's go get some tea. I'm trying to give my body a break from coffee again.